Aloha, I'm Athena Angelique. Welcome to Such Good Dogs. Today we're going to talk about teaching your dog a place command. So a place command is teaching your dog to go to a particular spot and stay there until you release them off of that spot. Now, depending on what you have inside your home, you may also want a couple of different commands. My dogs personally have commands for their kennel or crate, for their dog bed, and then for a place. To teach a place command is pretty easy. You can use just about anything, a rug, a towel, a dog bed. I like to use something that's easily mobile so that I can take it with me when we go places and it's not a lot I have to carry around. We actually just use a rug. I have a couple of rugs that are just like this. So this is what I use for my dog's place command. Like I said, we also have a different command for go to the bed or for go to your kennel. It's going to be similar training. We're going to talk about it in the aspect of place training today. So I'm going to show you with a friend's dog, Lucy, who we're at Lucy's house today. And she's never done a place command before, so I'm going to show you how to get it started, and then I'll show you with a couple of my dogs on once you get a little bit further, you're going to start moving further and further away. So to start a place command, you need your thing you're going to call place. And like any command, you can use any word you want. If you want to call it spot or house or whatever word works for you, we call it place. So I'm going to have the rug out there, and to start you're going to lure your dog onto it. So to first start, I point at the spot or the place or the rug or the towel or the blanket or whatever it is, and I say place, and you look at the place. Don't look at the dog, look at the place and point at the place. And at first they're going to be like, what are you talking about? So then I'm going to take my yummy food, whatever your dog likes, and I'm going to lure them all the way onto that place and get the sit. Good, and then I usually ask for a down because it's a more relaxed position and it's easier for them to wait in a more relaxed position. So we kind of lure them, make sure you lure them all the way onto the bed. Place doesn't mean you got one paw on that spot or that dog bed or whatever it is, it means you're on top of that. So you're going to lure them all the way on, get that sit, good, down, good, and that's a place command. Now with a place or a bed or a kennel command, I also recommend using a release command, which means to your dog you're free to do whatever you want. This is something we also practice when we practice stay. So our release command is break. Some people like free, release, again, whatever word works for you. This is Miss Lucy. This is the first time she's done a place command. So we're going to try place for the first time with Lucy. Again, I'm going to say it, point at it, make sure I look at it. A lot of times dogs are going to look to see what you're looking at, so if you look at what you're talking about or what you want them to do, most of them are going to make that connection a little bit easier. And then when she doesn't understand, I'm going to lure her onto it. When she gets onto it, good and reward. All right. Lucy, place. Then we do it again. Lucy, place. Good. Down. Good. To get them to stay longer on the place, I can just give a couple extra rewards while we're here. Break. And we use our break command and let her come off of the place. And then we practice again. Lucy, place. Good. Oh, she picked that up fast. Good girl. Now. Good. Break. Place. Good. Now if they pop off, we're just going to lure them right back on. Good. Good. Break. As your dog gets better at understanding what it is you're looking for about going to their place, you can start moving further and further away and asking your dog to go to their place from further and further away. So we're going to show you a little bit with Ahsoka where I can be pretty far away and tell her to go to her place and she'll listen. She's actually right here. Miss Ahsoka. Place. Yes, good girl. Now. Yes, good girl. you can get a reliable place with some distance, you can also start practicing stay while they're on their place. So I'm going to tell her stay and practice my stay. And then use your release cue, break, or whatever it is to release your dog when they're done. Now, a release cue does mean they're free to do what they want. So if she chooses to stay there for a few seconds, that's fine, if that's what she chooses to do. When you're practicing your break or release cue, sorry, it's a little bit windy. When you're practicing your break or release cue, if they don't pick that part up really quickly, don't focus too much on that. That's the easy part of it. Focus on your place or your stay command instead. So let's try again. Miss Ahsoka's right here. Ahsoka, place. Ah, okay. So we didn't quite get it this time. So what I'm going to do is go to her and lure her to it. Good. Down. Stay. As you can see there, Ahsoka has a pretty good stay, but you got to work up to that stay, right? When you first start practicing your stay, it's a couple of steps and then back and release. Slowly work on adding that distance before you work on a lot of distance and then work on walking all the way around. So that's the very simple basics of how to start teaching your dog a place command. This is going to be very helpful. This is also great for when people come over to visit your place. Dogs get really excited and they're all at the door, right? If you start practicing place when people come over, remind your guest, no touch, no talk, no eye contact, please ignore my dog until I tell you otherwise. And then you teach your dog to go to their place or their bed or their kennel when people first come over. It's going to be much nicer to have people over. Miss Ahsoka here was one of the worst dogs at the door when people would come over. She is now the best because she gets excited for a second and then she goes to her bed and she waits there calmly, and then she gets to be the first one to get attention because she did what she was supposed to. So try place training at home with your dogs. Thanks for watching Such Good Dogs.